Hello YouTube, my name is Legend of DS and welcome to another video of mine, another opinion piece, this time on the rumored, or not really the rumored, the leaked Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. And this video is mainly why we should give it at the very least a small chance, because you never know. The reason I'm making this video is because after yesterday's leaked, a lot of people have gone the route of looking at the game and saying, why are they doing this? Oh god, why are they doing this? This is ridiculous. This should not be a game that's being made. Well, I decided why not throw my opinion into the hat once again, onto why we should at the very least give it a small chance. So let's get to it. First reason I think we should give it a small chance is the concept sounds stupid. Yes, Mario and Rabbids in a turn-based strategy RPG does sound pretty ridiculous. But here's the thing. A lot of things sound pretty ridiculous the first time they're unveiled. I mean, did people really like Paper Mario when it was first talked about and unveiled? Sure, people might say, Paper Mario is a good franchise, it always has been. But here's the thing. The idea of Paper combining itself with Mario to make an RPG, you're telling me that that doesn't sound stupid at the very least, that the concept itself is ridiculous. It is! It's pretty ridiculous. We can never discount something out because of a dumb premise. I believe it was Spawnwave that said it in his latest video. He said it and he talks about it. People like he and his friends did not think much of Super Paper Mario RPG when it first announced because it didn't seem like a good idea. Same thing with Paper Mario back when it was first unveiled. We have to keep in mind, sometimes the dumbest ideas make the best games. Now, a lot of people also said this is not the crossover they wanted. The crossover they wanted would be with a little game called Rayman. Now, with Rayman, people want the crossover there to be a platformer, anything but a platformer, and people would still complain. Now, if we have Mario and Rayman in the same platformer, I don't know how that would work. We would obviously have to make certain cuts, let's put it that way, shortcuts, or add abilities to Mario. Like Rayman floats, Mario doesn't, so we either add a floating ability to Mario or we completely remove the floating ability from the game. Rayman can run on walls, and Mario, unless he's mean, he cannot run on walls, he can just wall jump. So again, we either add the ability to Mario or we remove it. But at that point, if we remove these abilities from the game, it is just Rayman in a Mario game. And if we add these abilities, it just seems that it's Mario. It's a Rayman game with a Mario character. That's not a crossover. Or else we're gonna have the whole Sonic Generations type of deal where we have two different styles of platformers in the same game. And at that point, can you really call it a crossover? It's just two games in one package, basically. It's like having the Duck Hunt and Mario Brothers dual pack back in the day, like in the 80s, 30 years ago when they did it. It's basically the same thing. It's two games in one package. They're not really a crossover. Now, this has always been a contention point with people when they talk about Mario and Sonic is a great crossover, but it should have not been in the Olympics. It should have been a platformer crossover. But again, the platforming styles are pretty different. You either have Mario doing loop-de-loops or you have a Sonic game without the loop-de-loops, and both don't fit the characters. Again, it would have been like Sonic Generations, but that's obviously just my opinion. But another thing that we should keep in mind when it comes to crossovers and why we should at least give this a small chance is that sometimes crossovers being not what we asked for is good, but also because you never know when a crossover is going to be good, you know? For example, Hyrule Warriors, combining Zelda with Dynasty Warriors. When that game was announced, most people were like, what? This is not gonna be that good of a game. I mean, even Dynasty Warriors probably wasn't the first choice for people when it came to combining Zelda with another franchise. who would have thought that Zelda combining itself with a pretty much a mindless button masher was something to behold, or something that would be fun. And it is. It's a fun game, a surprisingly fun game if you play it. And this could be the same thing. It seems like a dumb idea that might end up being a very good game. I'm not saying it is going to be a good game. I'm saying it might be a good game. We have to remember. Not only that, this being something we did not ask for is a good thing. I'm not saying that the game itself is good, but something that we did not ask for is a good thing. Splatoon was a game that people did not ask for. ARMS was not a game that people asked for. People asked for new IPs, people asked for a Nintendo shooter, but they never specifically said, you know what, Nintendo should do a new IP that's a shooter, but you're not... it's not first person or anything. It's third person shooter where instead of bullets you have ink. Instead of being grown adults, you're gonna play with preteen squid kids, and you can turn into a squid and swim around in your ink. And the objective is not to kill people, but to cover the ground with your ink. Nobody asked for that. People asked for a shooter that used ink, but it was a Mario paintball at best. Now we have Splatoon, and Splatoon was the biggest Nintendo new IP last generation. It's already getting a sequel that's dominating Japan. It's not out yet, sure, but the pre-orders are dominating Japan. On the day after it was announced, a bundle for Japan, 18 items on the top 20 of Amazon for hours were Switch-related things, with Splatoon taking, what, 10 spots? That's insane. But ARMS, another thing that people asked for a new IP, but nobody said, you know what? Let's take Wii Boxing, completely take Wii Boxing, the idea of Wii Boxing, add a lot of depth to it, but instead of just being punches, characters have extendable arms, with each of their hands being different types of weapons. Nobody asked for it, nobody thought about it. People asked for just a new IP. Companies should give fans what they want, but not all of the time. Most of the time they should absolutely not give fans what they want, because sometimes fans are pretty damn stupid with with the things they want. You know, for example, people like to call out Miyamoto for Color Splash and for Paper Mario Color Splash and Paper Mario Sticker Star, and not the RPGs or the games they wanted. And all I can think is, like, I remember hearing, and this is spread around a lot, when a counter argument, that Nintendo did not just go with what Miyamoto thought of Paper Mario series or of the RPG series or the story. It was mostly what people thought of the story in Super Paper Mario through the Nintendo quiz. I remember even reading it on an Iwata Asks. So things change. Sometimes the fans complain about something, and sometimes they complain about something that makes absolutely no sense, or even the smallest things. But yeah, I'm not saying that everyone should be open arms for this game, even if the game ends up being bad. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that we need to look at this, take a look at it, and wait and see. The game, sure, the idea seems random. It's not what we wanted or what we were asking for. But sometimes the random is good. The what we want, not what we want, is good. We have to wait and see. Obviously the game can be bad. Nobody's denying it. But come on, look at the artwork. Mario has an arm cannon drawn in like it's a bullet bill. That's cool right there. Yoshi has a gun, and to me, that looks fun. We have to wait and see. We have to give it at least the smallest bit of a chance. If we always go into a game and immediately think of it as something not worth our time, then you're doing a disservice to the game, you're doing a disservice to the makers of the game, and you're doing a disservice to yourself, and because it's closed-minded. We always should go with this game specifically, and I've seen this also happen with the people that have complained about ARMS before the game was shown more and calling it even shovelware. The same thing happened with Splatoon, is that don't go in with high expectations. I'm not saying this is going to be one of the best games on the Switch. It could be a surprise hit on the Switch. What I'm saying is that go in with cautious optimism. That's the way you should always go with for everything. I'm pretty sure Nintendo's E3 is going to be pretty damn good, but I'm not going to go in demanding things. I have my predictions video, but I'm not saying like everything there has to happen. I'm not like what I've seen people, Nintendo has to announce Metroid or has to announce Pokemon. No, I think just announce the games that you have. We have to wait and see, but you have to go in, be it to this game or to any other game, as cautiously optimistic and to give the game a chance, because if you don't, then you're already going in with the wrong mentality into something, you know? Sometimes it's better to go in with just, sure, go with low expectations and the game might blow you away. But if you're going in with low expectations, you're still giving the game a chance. If you're already like, F this game, this is not gonna be fun, I don't know why Nintendo is doing this, why couldn't they choose a better crossover, then you're already going in with the wrong mentality. But yeah, that's about it, all I have to say about this, and I probably went on for longer than I thought I was going to, and yeah, this video is gonna be roughly 12 minutes, roughly, not really 12 minutes because there's a part I'm gonna cut there. So tell me in the comment section what you think of the game, if you think the game is gonna be good, if you think the game is gonna be bad, or how you think the game is gonna develop, and how much you think it's gonna sell. So I've been the Legend of DS, and I'll see you guys next time.